Hello everybody. It's 77 degrees here in Lehi, Utah. Sunny, beautiful day. And it is also 9/11, which wasn't very hard to forget. I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher, and I'm here to give you my stitching from the highway and home. We've been really lucky here, and my prayers, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody along the Pacific coast in California, stitchers there, and Oregon and Washington for all the terrible fires. And it's just, my heart goes out to you, and just been thinking of you constantly. And I just want to let you know that you're in my thoughts and prayers at this time. We here really haven't had too many bad fires, even though on the news they keep claiming that there's fires in all the other western states. But we've had very few compared to everywhere else, and I'm grateful for that. We had a really weird cold front come in down from the north, which was very strange, and we ended up with some horrific winds and some cold weather where we had to cover our veggies because it ended up being freezing for a couple nights, hard frost. So it was quite unusual. We had a little bit of rain too, but that probably helped with any fire situations. If any of you watched Snook Harbor, Deb and Kath, they had a whole lot worse winds than we did. We're south of them about an hour, I'd say, and they got the brunt of the winds, but I think Farmington a lot of times does. So between the lake and the mountains that rise right up there, they get it bad. And we're kind of like more flatter in areas and more in like a valley, and the mountains are a little farther away, so maybe that saved us a little. I don't know. We had winds, but not like theirs, not at all. No 100-mile-per-hour winds. We did end up not putting out our trash cans though, because we've had them like a half a mile down the street, and we made that mistake once, and so we decided no, we're not going to put them out because trash day was the next day. We go, we'll wait until that morning to put them out so they aren't 2 or 3 miles away upside down. Anyway, that's all I wanted to mention on that. I'm trying to make a fairly fast video today because I am going to be going on a kind of a sister retreat. My sister's coming up from California tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. Today's Friday. I've got to get my days right. She's coming up on the 13th, and we're going to leave on the 14th and go over to Colorado to do a trip together. We're going to do an Airbnb and spend several days together. It's a good time for us to spend time with each other. We usually do in September, but because of COVID and all the other issues, she wanted to get away, and I just as soon not head down to Cali right now. So it worked out good for both of us. So we are going over to the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park, which we have never been to. So I cross my fingers, hope everything goes well. So far, no fires over there, so, or in between here and there. So we're hoping that works out, and we're looking forward to it. Both of us have a hard time. In the month of September, our parents passed away like next week, 19 years ago, and it's just a good time for us to get together and just kind of remember them and spend time doing what we love, which is hiking and time together. We're very, very good friends. So anyway, that's what I'm doing next week, and that's when I would have done a video. So I'm going to go ahead and do a video right now, let you see what I've accomplished. I have an FO, which I'm so excited about, as well as I've caught up on some other projects and started another one. I started a brand new start, which a lot of you are probably going to know about anyway, what it is. So I will go on and tell you that. I have a little bit of haul too, so I'm hoping to keep this under 30 minutes, and then I'll move on to you guys watching other videos and things like that. So, and I'll move on to my time with my sis. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to show you is Malificent by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Storykeep Malificent. Last time I showed you her, she looked pretty much like this, but I had a prompt for enchanted stitches that I had to do 250 stitches. So what I ended up doing, as you can see way down here and right there, for one of my prompts, I used those that floss to complete it. So I did do, I think it was close to 300 stitches on this, so I felt I better show it anyway. Almost all of that color blue is done. I think there's just a tiny bit more up here, just a little bit staggered down. So there she is. You know, I wanted to work more on her face, get in some of those park threads, but didn't get a chance the last 2 weeks. But she's looking very, what's the word? Looking her treacherous self, beginning to. So that's Malificent. My other Heaven and Earth, well, actually, it's not a Heaven and Earth, it's an Artecy design, which I've been working on too, is African Woman with Peonies. There's the picture. I love peonies, and I love this picture. For some reason, it just calms me. It just makes me feel so peaceful when I'm stitching it. I guess, you know, just the whole thing of arranging flowers and spending time just doing that just calms me. I also used that for a prompt a couple times, so I got about 400 stitches in. So some of that peony is done, and also some of the leaves there, as you can see, and there's also a little white part in the peony too. So what I worked on was I had tons of parked threads right here, whole bunches of them. There was a lot of confetti, so I worked in all that confetti and finished all the park threads, and then also did a lot of the solid color here and here. So anyway, that's African Woman with Peony 2. Not tons, but, you know, enough to where I wanted to show you that I did. Peony is coming along a little better with the leaves. Both this and Malificent are being stitched on 25 count even weave, the gridded fabric, the 10 by 10 squares. This old brain has to do gridded fabric, otherwise I will lose my way. I'm not one of these young brains. I wouldn't even be able to do a full coverage if I didn't have the 10 by 10 grid. So, which is great, you know. Other people can do it without it, but I have to have it. So, my new start was a new start that a lot of you did. Shoot, I dropped the paper here, so up I go. A lot of you last week started, this last weekend, started Brenda Gervais Coming to America, the Women of the Mayflower. On September 6th, we started this to commemorate when the Puritans started sailing from England to America. Just a beautiful pattern. We got it as a kit from Shepherd's Bush, and we are supposed to try to finish it by November 10th, I believe. Excuse me, my husband gave me a call and it broke in and cut off my taping. Anyway, we're supposed to finish it by November 10th if we can. 66 days of stitching. This is my start. I started in the middle this time. A lot of times I'll start at the top, but this time I decided to be different and start in the middle. I generally don't do that. But I've been having fun with the names. A couple of the names are my actual ancestors on the Mayflower. That's why I wanted to do this too, because I belong to a Mayflower lineage society, and I really wanted to stitch this and have my ancestors stitched in a different color. So when I come to them, I'm going to change the color for the names on theirs. So that this is a little bit I've done so far. And that's Coming to America, the Women of the Mayflower. So fun. It's been a fun stitch. Oh, it is being stitched on, mine is anyway. Sorry again, I keep getting interrupted, but I have to answer the phone because it's important. Anyway, mine is being stitched on 40 count vintage country Mocha. So I think it's turning out really nice on that particular fabric. It works well for it. And it's the call for flosses that came with the kit that Brenda sent. So that is Coming to America. Okay, so that is those three. I'm also working on the Linen and Threads Mystery Cell. This is being stitched on Fox and Rabbit Designs, Lyrebird Dell 32 count fabric. You can buy it from them. I believe they're out of it right now, but you can put your name on the list if you would like to get it. It's a very pretty bluish greenish fabric. And the floss is Cottage Garden Larkspur. Anyway, I caught up on practically everything. In fact, I did catch up on all the months. Right now, I'm working on September. Yay! It took me a while, but I did finally catch up. I've been doing 60 minutes a day on this just to try to, get a little bit done each day. So I finished up that little tree, that little flower with the leaves, this little motif, and started on the big motif that goes over to the edge of the fabric. So that's what I've done so far. Love this piece. It's just coming along beautifully. It's fun to stitch, and I love the threads and the fabric. So now I can keep up with it and get it done in time. And then my finished object is Plantation Sampler. Saving the best for last. This is being stitched on 32 count Lakeside linen pecan butter with a shepherd's bush conversion, which I can give to you. My email will be below in the box. The arrow box where you touch it and it goes down and shows you all the stuff. Anyway, I'm welcome to give it to you. Shepherd's Bush does not have a copy of it, so you'll have to get it through me if you have this particular pattern, which is also kind of a unicorn pattern. Anyway, I worked on the rest of the grass, filled it in. Just love it. I did it kind of in a circular motion, so it's like shaded. This is the grass I did in a seaweed, weak Starworks. And then, of course, my name's on there. I changed wrought to stitched, and of course, it's 2020. So I will certainly remember our crazy year of 2020 with this particular piece. This was our Sal, Krista Grammer, and me. We did October 29th Sal for our birthday. Hashtag OCT29SAL. And we are planning on doing another Sal for our birthday Sal. We will continue using the same hashtag OCT29SAL. If you want to join us, feel free, and I'll show you what the pattern is. It's a little bit smaller pattern, not because we chose it as such, because happily enough, that size pattern for Plantation is about right for me to finish within a year, especially when I have a lot of other projects that I'm working on. But this one kind of drew both of us, and I think some of it is due to the verse, some of it's due to the birds. Anyway, we chose for our birthday Sal, both of us, this drawn thread pattern, Those Who Sing. It's a new pattern by Drawn Thread that you can get on their site, or you could check some other online stores too. The only place that I know doesn't have it yet is 123 Stitch, so you won't be able to get it there unless they come up with it within the next month. But right now it's not there. Anyway, what we liked about this, besides we just like Drawn Thread just because of the trees they have and the houses, but we also liked it because it says those who sing, let me see, no, those who wish to sing always find a song. And that's what I hope for now. We would need to wish to sing, but we should all wish to sing. We'll find a song that'll work, that'll get us through these crazy times. And birds always, they always want to sing. And their life isn't the greatest in the world. So we can maybe take a little bit from them and say, those who wish to sing will always find a song of some kind. So this was just, we felt it was appropriate for how we felt about 2020. So if anybody would like to join us, we're going to start it on October 29th, our birthdays, and start working on it. So feel free to join us if you would like. I did get a little bit of other stash too. Emily C. Eclectic Possessions is starting in October at the sisters, out of the sisters book for Blackbird. She's starting at First Cock's Crow. And I've always liked that piece, but I just never bothered, you know, getting the booklet and everything else. And I'm thinking for my October piece, I think I'm going to work on this along with her and the rest of the people that are doing that sale. So I got this booklet. And then this last one is just kind of, it's makes me feel so good. For months and months, I've been trying to find an old pattern that I had from way back in the 90s or 80s, actually way back in the probably early 80s. And it was a cat's pattern, and I just couldn't find it. A lot of people tried to help me online in different Facebook groups and things, and just could never find the right one. And I was just going through Kooler's designs, and I found the pattern, and I didn't realize it. And this is it. This is the pattern, my very first pattern that I ever stitched, and I only stitched a little bit of it. All I stitched was the cat and a little bit of this lettering here that says, "A house without a cat is not a home." And then I started having the babies and the children, and I shoved it under the bed and did not pick it up again. And when we moved, I threw it away. Bah. And now that I got into stitching more, it just crushed me, because I thought that is my pattern that I started with, my actual very first pattern that I ever did any stitching on a piece of Ada. It was a kit at the time. So when I found it, I just was, hallelujah, yay! I've got the pattern again. So I plan on working on this and still call it my oldest whip. I want to get that started. It just, I got so excited when I found that. And then I got some fabric. That pattern from, this pattern and the Sisters booklet are both from 1-2-3 Stitch, by the way. And so is this fabric. It's been hard to get fabric from them, so when they had some fabric that they showed that they had it in stock, I decided I'd just go ahead and get some more. I like vintage country mocha, of course, and when I started working on the Coming to America, I thought, oh, I've used up all my vintage country mocha. So I got some 32 count, the Lugana, vintage country mocha and even weave, which is a little darker, which is kind of funny because a lot of times even weave's actually lighter and less concentrated colors when it's dyed. In this case, it's actually more concentrated colors and dyeing. And this is 32 count Belfast, and it's actually lighter. So I thought that was interesting. Both of them are vintage country mocha, and I will definitely use them because I used up the rest of my vintage country mocha. And then I got some 32 count. Every time they come in with some Lakeside, I always pick it up, whatever it is. And they had this vintage tarnished silver. I thought that was a really pretty color. It's 32 count. Thought that was very pretty. So I picked up that. So anyway, that's my haul and my whips and my finished object. Making this a fast one, like I said, I had to stop it and start it, so I don't know how fast it is. I will give you a gratitude quote, and then I'm going to end it and get ready for the Friendship virtual online stitching retreat tomorrow, which I'm excited about. I know some of the rest of you are doing that too. We're all doing that on Zoom together, and we get to see, we get to open the boxes that we have from Bent Creek and Heart and Hand and go along with them. So this will be interesting to do a virtual retreat and see how it works out. So anyway, that's the reason why I had to make this video fast. So my book is right here. So I will literally be opening it up to who knows what. So, Okay, it opened up on November 13th. And the quote says, and it's by Seneca, which is one of the Indians that was in our country way back in the 1800s, 1700s. And he says, there is as much greatness of mind in acknowledging a good turn as in doing a good turn. And it shows a really good bowl of soup. And that is true, actually. A lot of people have a difficult time acknowledging people's goodness towards them. I think they feel, sometimes we feel embarrassed. Sometimes we feel like we can do it all on our own. It's important to acknowledge people's kindness to us and tell them how grateful we are for it. People do their kind deeds and things just because they love to do them, but us as people have to accept those kind deeds and be grateful for them. So as Seneca said, remember to accept them as well as give them your good deeds. So anyway, saying goodbye to all of you now, and remember to look for the beauty out there in amongst the difficulties that we're having right now. My prayers go out to all my stitching friends out there, and I'm thinking about you, and I love you lots. And so anyway, everybody take care, and I'll probably see you up in Washington. If we can get through and everything's fine, we're going to go up to the river house. It is safe. There hasn't been any fires right around it. But we want to go up in another week and a half after my sister and I do our trip and spend some time up there. So I will do my next video when I'm up there, hopefully. So anyway, take care, everybody. If I don't see you up there sitting by the river, I will see you in about 3 weeks. So everybody take care. Love you lots. And happy stitching, everybody. Bye-bye.